Hello, boys and girls, and welcome to another episode or another unboxing of Hot Toys movie masterpiece. This one comes from Resident Evil Afterlife 3D, and it is the Mila as Alice. Um, and I apologize if I kind of ramble or so forth on this one. This is my second time shooting it. The first time that I shot it and uploaded it, some issue ended up happening, and there was a bunch of just noise. The camera defaulted, or the recording defaulted to the microphone on the camera, and it was ugly. It was really ugly. So I pulled that video down, and I am reshooting it. The good news is this one should go faster than the original, since now that I've already unboxed it basically and kind of gone over it, so I have a better idea of things. Going over on the box. The box is really cool. It just got your basic says Resident Evil Afterlife on the sides. Just your typical stuff like that. There is a texture where you see the rain on here. There is, I don't know if you can hear that, but there is a texture. So it gives it a nice effect. I might actually put this on the shelf behind her as a backdrop. That's how nice it actually is. She just looks so badass, and I love her as an actress, and I follow her on Twitter and Facebook, and she's just a all-around kind of cool person. Got the regular warning on the back. You can see the shapes of zombies in the background. It is the magnetic flip top. One thing I will give you guys warning about when you're pulling it out. Now, this was secondhand. It was part of a trade I did. There is a rip on the box here, and like I said, one of the warnings I'll give you, because they did design the box this way, when you're pulling out the tray, it will have a tendency of trying to catch on some of these, and may end up tearing it, so be cautious with that. Up in your lid, there's slots on here, like with the Captain America, where there's a clear tray. Let me get this out of the way. There's a clear tray in there, which will hold her. It doesn't help that I'm holding it against white. Her sword, scabbard, and baton, and then also the winter jacket. You'll notice in here that there's a little metal piece, and that actually came off of the jacket. Now, I am not sure if that is supposed to be intentional or not. So I'm going to do something for you guys. I did it in the other video. It gives you instructions. Now you can see the coat is very well tailored on here. You've got snaps here and here. You've got the snaps for the jacket with the corresponding on this side. I suggest going along with some fine tip scissors, and trimming the little frayed threads and so forth, just to clean it up, make it look good. The pockets are not functional. They are stitched shut. And I'm pretty sure that piece came off here. But here's the confusing thing on here. And I had never seen anybody do it on a figure, because everyone always leaves this off. So you can snap the jacket shut on her, and in the instructions, which I do not have. Yeah, I do have them out. So this is your instruction sheet. It does show you how to. It comes with 2 different hair sculpts, so it shows you how to swap that out. It shows you how to do the collar can be turned into a neck warmer, and it gives you instructions on how to do that. I didn't even know that could be done until I read the instructions, because I've never seen anybody do it. But one of the suggestions that it gives you is to remove her gun belt, holster, all that stuff when you put on the jacket. and I'll show you that stuff in a few minutes. Has a warning down here. The special dye technique used on the clothing might dye the figure itself after a certain period of time. I think I read like the Hulk figure has that issue. Also, for his underpants, or however you want to put it. Also says do not wipe with thinner, alcohol, or any other corrosive material, as it may ruin the body. Okay, so on to the jacket. So you can do it collar down, or you can take this one, which will snap in right there. You take your other collar, you fold it over, and that snap will go in like so. So when her head's in there, it acts like winter protection. I may show you guys that here in a few minutes, but that's a really cool feature that they ended up doing on that. Okay, so I'm going to get that out of the way, and I'm going to pan you guys down and show you some of the goodies. So, get you guys all in focus here, and zoom you in. Alright, so she comes with one set of relaxed hands. Yeah, that's a little bit better, isn't it? She comes with one set of relaxed hands. It would have been nice to see some gloss or something on the fingertips here, but they're well painted. All the skin tones match, so you get those. You get a set of hands like this, which these come on the figure. This is for holding, I believe, the baton and either the machetes or the swords. They can hold multiple things on there. So we've got those. We'll get those off to the side. Of course, you get extra wrist pegs, as usual. You get her sword, which is finely detailed. Does have a metal blade. And then one thing which makes me kind of glad that I'm redoing this, if you look at the hilt, it actually has like a yin-yang symbol on the hilt here, or on the guard. But that's well done. Scabbard is just, it's kind of plain. Nothing too fancy on that. You get 2 of these machetes. Hope you guys can see everything all nice and clear. Nice detail and everything on there. So you get 2 of those. You get 1 baton. Unfortunately, it is not collapsible, but it's still cool that she's got that for beating zombies in the head. Now on to the firearms. You get 2 sawed-off shotguns. The barrels do flip down, and I can't remember which one it is. Not this one. They both do, but one is looser. And they do come with removable shotgun shells, which I think is really cool, but really dangerous because you can lose them easily. So you get those. Next up, you get her 2 45s. They are revolvers. The hammers do move. The cylinder does pop out. And something I haven't seen on other people's reviews, not that there's a lot on this figure, it rotates. But besides that, it is removable. And then on this side, if you guys can see, you can see the ends of the bullets on there. So that's a nice touch. And this is why, you know, Hot Toys is Hot Toys. So you very nicely detailed. So you get 2 of those. You get 2 machine guns. Let's see here. The clips do come out as usual. You can see the bullet that's in there. Nothing else ends up moving on these. And if you can see on here, it does actually have a switch that does not move, but for single fire and rapid fire. It does have a little hanger here, so you could put a strap on there to throw them over her shoulder. I'm not quite sure what those were intended for, but you know, very nicely detailed. She's got plenty of firearms, so you get 2 of those. And then lastly, as far as accessories, you get the alternative hair sculpt, and I'll show you what that looks like here in just a second. So we're going to get all this stuff out of the way. Now, next up, you get the Resident Evil Afterlife 3D Alice stand. And then you get Alice herself. I think the likeness is phenomenal. Let me make sure I'm all in focus here. I think they did a fantastic job. Let me see. Come on. Maybe if I kick on this other light, I want to make sure. So you can see in her eyes, you can see on the upper side, there's some color variation in there. There's kind of a hazily gold mixed with the grayish blue with the darker ring. The eyelashes, the eyebrows, everything is perfect on that. The lips are very well done. No complaints there. Even the mouth, and you can see the teeth. Very, very well done. I am very pleased with that. Moving on down, as far as the corset, is very well done, fine stitching, and that's one of the things that I really love about these figures is the clothing aspect. Now, in my other video, you would have seen me. It had the plastic on the hands. There was plastic underneath these. So odds are, over time, it will end up dyeing the skin. But as long as it's covered up, here's another issue that I really like, is that it covers up the elbow joint, and you can cover up the wrist joint, because I am not a fan of seeing that. I do have her trigger finger hands on her right now. Now here's something, and I'll kind of pull it to the side. The corset is actually laced up the back, so you can either loosen it or tighten it up. On this one, I'm going to have to tighten it up, and here's the secret why. Alright, get ready, guys. Tell your wives, girlfriends to leave the room, and pull out the box of tissue. The chest, the breast, the buttocks, basically the whole torso is like silicone. It's pliable, it's squishy. I'm having too much fun doing that. The neck is like the male figures, though it's not as stiff in the neck. She gets range of motion about like so. Back, don't worry, I didn't break anything. Back, she can rotate her head fully. And okay, so I did break some. But but nothing serious. It's a typical magnet issue. I'll get to that in a second. Now there is it's a double ball joint in there, so you can, I mean, if you want to gooseneck her, but the problem is, you see what's going on there? It's causing a crease in the lower neck there. Not pretty. So you want to be cautious of how much you end up doing that. Here's another thing to be cautious of also. This will become a lint magnet. With the body, lint really likes sticking to it. So this is the one hair sculpt that I am going with. To pull it off, it just pulls off, and yes, this is what I did. Because I ended up moving it, the magnet came unglued, which is unfortunately kind of a Hot Toys thing. They don't really use the strongest super glue. This is the other hair head sculpt. So it does kind of give it depth. It does blend well up in the forehead, as long as you kind of push it down on there. For holding all her accessories, you do get her harness and everything. You can see there is some weathering on here. It is a faux leather. Now, depending on how you have her posed, you will want to adjust these up and down. These slide side to side. There are clips on here for her pistols. We'll put those in a second. Her range of motion is actually very good. You can see, and it is tight, so you can pretty much do her 360 degrees. You can pretty much put her in any pose. It is a single joint elbow, but it is on a ratchet. Wrist move, normal, whatever, the ball joint will end up moving on there. Where this figure excels is going to be in your legs. We'll start down here. The boots, finely detailed. You can see the laces. You can see, the little tabs down here at the bottom. There is some weathering where some greenish in there. You've got the straps. You've got buckle. They are pliable up here. You do get some motion, not a whole lot. You can see the zipper on here. Now here's something that I just noticed that I didn't notice on the other one. See how this one's gold? This one has no color on the zipper. Not that I can't fix that, but that's kind of odd that they ended up skipping one side. You do get these like the knee-high stockings on here. I would suggest making sure you don't have any hangnails or anything on for her pants. Legs are solid. They're not the silicone texture as the rest of it. But here's something that they can't get any of the male figures to do. And, and it's because of her outfit that she's able to do this. First of all, get that up out of the way. It is a working belt, by the way. You can get about that high with the leg. It is a double jointed knee. The only thing that's going to end up hindering it is the boot. You can get the leg about that far back. But what is really awesome, not that I can't imagine putting it in this pose. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Yes. Yes, you can get her to spread out that far and do the splits if you want it. Let's see here. What else have we got to go over, guys? So you get two pistols to go here now, and that's what I was going to talk to you guys about. Depending on how you have her legs posed, it's going to push this up. So after doing something like that, you're probably going to want to adjust these straps. and mainly this back one, back under. Now, one of the issues that I ended up finding is the corset was being kind of scrunched, and there is room to tighten it down, and I'm going to, because it's a little loose on one side. But that's another thing that I was going to mention too. When you move back on the shoulder blade, it feels like if the shirt was tighter, you can actually feel and see her shoulder blade back in here, and it actually feels like it moves. But what ends up happening is, I think that the torso is two different pieces, and this upper half was on the corset and shoving it down. So just be cautious when you're adjusting that, but it can be done. And I'm just going to put her in a kind of a static pose. So for placement of all her goodies, and I will glue that magnet back in once I'm done recording, the sword is going to go in like so. And that's something I wanted to mention, you guys. I really enjoy doing these reviews and stuff for you guys. Though I don't like doing, I watch them, but I don't like watching like the 10-minute reviews on a figure, because it goes over, okay, the box is nice, this is nice, that's nice, here's the figure, and buy it from here. You know, I really want you guys to get a feeling of what you're shopping for when you're looking for a collectible, you're looking for a figure, something like that. And that's one of the things, like one of the guys that got me back into collecting, you know, like theclipperking. There's a couple others that I loved their brutal honesty. Either it's good, it's crap, so on and so forth. Later after the video, I do need to adjust her shirt because it's pulling to this one side, and I think it's because the corset's off. Sorry. Now, one issue that I did end up finding is there's not really enough places to hold everything, which is a shame, but you can kind of finagle and put her blades. I mean, if you want to fully deck her out, you can put these blades like so in there. Then you've got the baton, which I'm not sure where. I'm just going to put it right there for right now, because I don't know where to put it. Holy crap. Okay. Next up is the pistols, and they go in just like so. And then that will come over. I'm actually going to hit these. I'm not going to snap them right now. I'm going to hit these with a hairdryer later, just to warm everything up so that it conforms better. I found that a long time ago on some things. Is, you know, I forgot what it was. I think it was the Indiana Jones premium format that I had to loosen up a couple of things, and hairdryer works perfect for that. Okay, so we got the pistols in. Let me get that out of the way. I'll just kind of snap it there for now. So we've got that. Let's pull down the butt part. Try and get those straps down on there. Get the guns in the hands, which actually go in the easiest, and I think it's because they're the female hands, so, you know, everything's a little bit thinner, so it's going to be easier. There's that one. Now this one, I'm not sure if it's just off or if it's supposed to be shaped that way, or but it's not quite a trigger finger because it ends up sitting alongside of the gun. And then try and get you guys a somewhat funky pose here. Not the poop pose, but that's another thing too. I doubt you will ever find any of my figures in a standard pose, or I guess what you guys would call a museum pose. Now her eyes are a little more to the top of her head, so she does have a better look with her head tilted down a little bit. The crotch grabber, because she does have a booty in here, I'm thinking about just spreading these out a little bit. And I'm just doing a generic pose for right now because I'm not sure exactly how I want to pose her. You do have to watch these straps. They are going to get a little twisted. You can use something just to poke them back into place. But there she is. Beautiful Alice. I am very pleased with this. And yeah, I couldn't be... this makes up for the Superman being kind of jacked up. Which, speaking of, I'll do that in another video about the base and the pole that's on there. I did some tweaking on it, and I think I might have found out a way to be able to get that to pose easier. So here she is. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Stick around. I have a couple more to do. Of course, the Batman and Robin that I got from Sideshow yesterday, which I'm stoked about. And let's see, what else have I got? I gotta glue her because I'm going to be using this hair set on her, not this one. And I think I still have Roadblock and Batman and Robin. I have the DX, what is it, 6, the Jack Sparrow, and the Joker 2.0 to do. So stick around, guys. I'm having a blast doing these. I hope you're enjoying them. Everyone have a great night. Peace out.